Well, that was a wild end to the transfer window. Might have been one of the craziest deadline days I've witnessed. Antoine Griezmann goes to Atletico Madrid out of nowhere, on loan, no less. Yes, there is the obligation to buy, but we're not getting any of that cash until next year. Emerson going to Spurs, Mariba going to Leipzig, Raymond loaned out to Spezia, Callado going to Sheffield United on loan. Nobody saw these coming. If you're going to tell me in the chat right now that, oh, John, I saw this, I knew this was going to happen, and yada. Nope. Wrong. No, you didn't. Nobody saw this coming. From me to Fabrizio Romano to probably Antoine Griezmann. Did not see this coming. Plus, we have a new number 10, my friends. Kit numbers have been revealed. They're locked in. We've got a number of changes we got to talk about. Most importantly, Ansu Fati breaking out the DS. He's the new number 10, folks. He's taking on the pressure, taking on that mantle. We got to talk about all this and more. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John. Woo. Wild stuff, my friends. Let's talk about Griezmann first, okay? And of course, Luke de Jong coming in from Sevilla. So let's... My goodness, Fatty Dime Peas, Cules. Good morning to you, friend. How we doing? Okay, so Griezmann goes on loan to Athletic. It is on loan with the obligation to buy, not just the option to buy, but the obligation to buy. And it's somewhere in the $40 million range, something like that. I think it was like 45 million. Whatever it is, I'm still letting that all sink in. I've got a little bit of mixed feelings about it. Overall, I think it was the right move. If you look at the perspective of Barcelona right now and Joan Laporta, Coleman said it best. We are not the best in the world. We are not Champions League contenders right now. So for that reason, why would we continue to pay Antoine Griezmann, 45 million euros a year to not produce on the field? If Antoine Griezmann was doing what Memphis Depay is doing, then we would not have loaned him out with the obligation to buy to Atletico Madrid. It would not have happened. The facts are that Joan Laporta looked at the club, said, we're not going to win Champions League this year. Nobody at the club or the supporters want Antoine Griezmann here. Anyway, I shouldn't say want him. I should say that's not true. It's not that nobody wanted him. It's not that nobody wanted him. I don't even know how I want to say it. He's not going to be missed. How about that? He's not going to be missed. Antoine Griezmann, despite moments of brilliance, moments of creativity, moments of moments of what we saw with him at Atletico Madrid first, despite those flashes, he did not prove to be worth his initial price tag, and he did not prove to be worth the annual salary that we were paying him. So for that reason, instead of continuing to pay him the money that we were paying him and still end up where we're going to end up in the table and in Champions League anyway, why not loan him out, save that money? And even though we can't spend it this year, we're going to save 45 million with him not being on the club. We're going to get another 40-ish million selling him to Atletico next summer because they're going to be obligated to buy him. That's right there at the end of the year gives us 80, 90 million that we would not have had we kept Antoine Griezmann. So just for that reason alone, I think it's a good idea. Good morning, Ayush. How we doing? Good morning, Coffee at Dawn. Ahmed, hello. Ahmed says, in my opinion, offloading Griezmann will be very beneficial for Barca financial terms because we do not have to pay as huge salaries, and we can also save those 100 million for Haaland next season. I'm with you on that. I think all signs, there's no reports, and it's a year away, but all signs are pointing to a big summer signing next year. And I know that people are going to say, oh, but the debt and yada, yada. I know, but I will always continue to say this. almost everybody has college debt, and yet you're still buying groceries. Okay, so the club always towed the line in terms of their net profit. When COVID hit, they did not adjust for the lack of income, the lack of revenue that they would be getting for, that year and a half and ongoing. So they got themselves in a little bit of a pickle. Got to trim some fat, lower the wages, send some players out. And now we're in a position where I do believe that we are at least righting the ship. We are not looking to win Champions League this year. We are making sure that we are not overspending and that we're not spending unnecessarily. And then from there, we're going to rebuild. So with all that said, I think Antoine Griezmann going to Athletic, it's a little bit sad. I wanted this to be his year. He, the whole time at Barcelona, complained, oh, nobody loves me at Barcelona. They keep wanting to play through Messi instead of me. I don't have the chance to be creative. I'm not influencing enough because they don't trust me. They don't rely on me. This was your chance, man. This was your chance. And you keep passing it up. Every time Griezmann was on the ball this season, he was not looking to be assertive, to create chances. He was just, let me wait for the outside back to overlap and I'll give it to him. Oh, let me just pass a square ball into Busquets. You're the attacking talent. You're the creative one, Griezmann. Create, do something. That's what we're seeing from Memphis. That's what we're going to see from Ansu. That's what we're going to see from Dembele when he comes back from injury. That's what we're looking for in our attack. So Antoine Griezmann never really settled in, never really worked out despite moments of brilliance. Good riddance. Good riddance. So that's number one. Let me get caught up on the chat here. Did I miss anybody? I'm sure I did. Ovi, good morning, sir. Tony, hello, hello. Who else? Angel, good morning. Ambarish, the team pattern is more similar to 1992 UCL final. Tell me more about that, Ambarish. I'm not seeing a lot of reflection in this current squad with the 92 team, but you tell me what you're thinking. Vipula, hello. We're going to get there. So we're going down the list here. So we just talked about Griezmann. Ahmed says, if Barca managed to offload Umtiti and Pjanic, this market would have been much better for Barca. Sure, it would have been good to get rid of Pjanic and Umtiti. Pjanic more than Umtiti. We may end up using Umtiti. It could happen. I can't imagine Pjanic actually being on the pitch, though. And we're going to go over kit numbers here in a second, that's some of that is pissing me off. Some of that is exciting. We'll take a look at that here in a few minutes. Should have signed Weghorst from Wolfsburg. Could have been a better option. Who knows about his availability, though. All right, moving down the list. I did a video on this one. Emerson and Moriba are also out. Emerson goes to Spurs. Apparently, Emerson was not happy about this one. Emerson was not looking for a transfer out of Barcelona, but due to financial constraints, due to the fact that he does still have some value, and we have very few players that have transfer market value that we can let go of. How to vids, good morning, sir. So that one makes sense. And we got 30 million euros for him. So fantastic move there. There were some reports that Hector Bellerin was going to be coming over from Arsenal. I was very nervous for Serginho Dest if that happens. Hector Bellerin, 26, 27 years old, has Champions League experience, pacey Spaniard coming back to Barcelona. That would give tough competition for Dest. So happy to see that he's going to be in that right back position. My opinion on Barcelona signing Dani Olmo next summer, we'll talk about that next summer, my man. There's no real reason to go down that rabbit hole just yet. Sonic Boom, good morning. We will talk about the pressure coming up on Ansu Fati. Don't you worry. Vipula says, kind of sad when you see his Insta page. If you're talking about Emerson, I did not see it, but yeah, it's never good. He just came back to the club. Go back and watch my video. I talked all about it. One that we can probably be happy about is Moriba. Moriba to Leipzig. We get, I think it's 15 million with upwards of 5 million in add-ons. I think if he plays a certain amount or if he starts to perform well, gets certain number of goals, this and that, all that good jazz. So Moriba going to Leipzig is a good thing. I don't want to judge him too harshly. Somebody brought up a really good point yesterday, I believe it was, that it's one thing for Piqué and Busquets and Jordi Alba and Roberto to take pay cuts because they're already millionaires. They're established. Their financial wealth is secured. They are fine. They could play for $1 and be okay. Someone like Moriba has not had that big fat contract for decades. In fact, probably has not had a significant contract yet. That's why he's asking for more. So it's easy to sit back and demonize him and say, oh, you're selfish. Oh, you're greedy. We don't really know the numbers. Excuse me. And we also don't know Mariba's financial situation with his family. Who knows how many people are relying on him financially. So maybe he needed to take this big payday. I'm not gonna judge him too harshly as a person. But what I will say is that it was not a good look to be negotiating a contract when other players are taking pay cuts. And if the mentality was that he was willing to sit out the season rather than sign another contract at Barcelona, then again, cheers to you. Best of luck, Moriba. The other quick ones, folks, is that Raymond I loaned to Spezia. I think that's strictly just to get him off the wages. And then the same thing with Callado. Loaned out to Sheffield United. Sheffield United. How bummed are you if you're going from Barcelona playing in La Liga down to dreary old, I believe they're in the second division of England. Ugh, not a good time. Not a good time at all. Let's see here. Ahmed, good morning. 10% of any future sale. Is that on Emerson or is that on Moriba? I would imagine that's on Moriba. Ovi says, to be honest, Emerson didn't impress. Des was improving a lot. Mingueza was doing great. I'm with you on that one. I was not super impressed by Emerson. I would have liked to keep him as a backup. I didn't think he was going to start over Des. He did get the start over the weekend. Played well, I guess. I think I gave him a 4 out of 10. I was being a little bit harsh on him because I want Des to start, obviously, but it is what it is. Vipula says, come on, John. It's not like he was getting paid 150 euros a week. He is the most paid La Masia player. That's fair. Like I said, I don't know his financial situation. It is what it is. I'm not going to demonize him. Like I said, I don't think it was a good look to be making salary demands, negotiating contract right now, but it is what it is. $3 million a year can support a family. It's not like his fault. Listen, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but $3 million isn't actually $3 million. You get taxed. You have to pay your manager. You have to pay your agents. You have to actually pay to live. Who knows how many aunts, uncles, cousins are like, oh, you're a superstar. You give us money, blah, 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 blah. You never know. You never know, folks. What else we got? Callado to Sheffield is collapsed as of right now. All right, maybe we'll start our news search with that one, if that is the case. If you're going to rebuild, got to go full young on the rebuild. I'm with you on that one, Cules. I think had we kept Messi, so that was another big part, is people are now going, well, with all these people leaving, with Griezmann leaving, could we have kept Messi? We could have always kept Messi. Messi could have played for $1 and stayed. Messi didn't want to do that. We didn't want to do that. It's more important that we moved on. Again, same thing with Suarez. Same thing with others in the past. I hate how it happened. It was an ugly breakup. We did our best to blame La Liga, but I think everybody knows that there's more to it than that. Barcelona needed a fresh restart, and that means parting ways with Lionel Messi. That means getting rid of these overinflated salaries. That means Griezmann gone. That means some of the legends at the club taking salary cuts. Because for the last decade, we've just been like, hey, if you're a legend at the club, you can stay here up until we're paying you 3 times what your actual value is. And in the meantime, we're not going to develop any youngsters so that when you do leave, we're just going to be standing here with our dick in our hands. All right. So we're done with that trend. Laporta is saying fresh start, get rid of the high salaries, get rid of any unnecessary expenditures. That's what we're going for here. Trim that fat. Whew, so much. And then coming in, we've got Luke de Jong. I can't say I'm excited about that one. I don't know how to fit the word GOAT into his name, but this is definitely a GOAT weight situation where we're like, okay, welcome to the club. And now we're going to have a front three, possibly this weekend, of Memphis, Braithwaite, and Luke de Jong. I'll just let that sink in. Barcelona's front three, not this weekend, sorry, when we come back on the 19th, could be Memphis, Goatweight, and Luke de Jong. Yeah. Hashtag no dicks in hand. I was like, how about hashtag situational dicks in hand? Cules. We don't need to go down that route. There's kids watching. So Vipula says Messi couldn't play for $1 because of the Spanish law saying new contract salary can't be less than 50% of previous contract. Right on. Thank you, Vipula, for the fact check. Look at you. Are you a lawyer or something? My goodness. I need you for my contract negotiations. Kima, good morning, says our team is extremely disunited. I don't know how we will continue. Bro, that's pessimistic. We're not that disunited. I would say, if anything, this is all going to bring the team closer together. I think the team right now is being carried by Memphis, de Jong, and in the back line, it's a bit of a mix up because we've had so many injuries and so much rotation back there. But I think Araujo is really going to be the rock back there for us this year. So that's the spine of the team. You throw in Pedri, you throw in a few others, we're going to be okay. Guys, despite Messi leaving, despite Griezmann leaving in the same window, we're still a top 15 club. Top 10 would be a stretch right now. It would definitely be a stretch right now. But I do think that we are still a top 15 club. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. Name your 15 clubs that are better than us. But if you start down the list, we fall somewhere probably around like 12th best in the world. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, the addition of Luke de Jong, he's not going to get much playing time once we're healthy. Once we have Dembele, once we have Ansu Fati, I'm not relying on Aguero. I think Aguero might play a match or two for us before January when he ultimately leaves for the MLS or somewhere else. It's very possible. But ultimately, once we're fit, once we're healthy, our front three, I think, is going to be Ansu, Dembele, and Memphis. And that is a very dangerous front three. That's a very dangerous front three. Why can't we loan out Coleman? We're not going on the Coleman hate. He's done nothing wrong so far. Relax on the Coleman hate. Coleman will have to take a huge risk against Bayern. Why is that? Why does he have to take a huge risk against Bayern? Luke is a great physical player, slow player. Yeah, he's 31 years old, and he scored 10 goals in 69 appearances for Sevilla since 2019. Not good numbers, folks. Okay, even Antoine Griezmann, for as much as we complained about him, he scored in almost a third of his matches, 22 goals in 74 appearances for Barcelona. Not great numbers, not what we saw from Atletico, but that's twice as much as what Luke de Jong put in the back of the net in his time at Sevilla. So I'm not looking for Luke de Jong to come in and light up the scoreboard or anything like that. Who's top 10? Oh, okay, let me just quickly think. So Chelsea, Man United, Man City. These are not a specific order. I'm kind of going country by country to see if we can get a good top 10. PSG. Inter Milan lost a lot of talent with Lukaku leaving, and Juventus lost Ronaldo. So I'd struggle. I'd say we're better than Juventus, so I wouldn't put them in there. Bayern Munich. You got to say Lille for winning League One. Dortmund. Leipzig might jump in that top 10. Who am I missing? I'm sure I'm missing some obvious ones. Are Real Madrid in the top 10 now that they got Camavinga? Probably Liverpool. Liverpool are probably still better than us. So we're up to this many. So we're not even out of the top 10 yet. France, England, Portugal, Germany, Italy, Who am I missing? Everyone's shouting Liverpool. I get it. So, you know what I mean? You start running out of teams that are better than Barcelona. I said Dortmund. Atletico. I still don't think Atletico are a better team, though. Despite winning the league last year, I don't think Atletico are the better team. Even if you throw them on there, that's 9. So Barcelona arguably top 10 in the world still. And I think once we're healthy, once we're good to go, not a problem. George, relax with your Coleman out nonsense. Relax, my friends. We might be better than Lille, but Lille won League One last year. So again, even if we are, fine. My point is, things are not as doom and gloom as we think. Everyone who's saying, "Oh my gosh, the worst has happened. We're gonna get relegated this year," yada yada yada. We'll still make the last 16 in Champions League, maybe the last 8. It'll fully depend on the draw. We have a chance at winning La Liga. We have a chance at winning Copa del Rey. We have the Super Copa to play for. We'll see. I hope we don't, Justin. I hope we don't sign anybody in January. Just hold on to the money, okay? We made the mistake when Neymar was sold to PSG. We panicked and we overpaid for Dembele and we overpaid for Coutinho. We paid almost twice what their value was. What we could have done is just held on to that money and waited until the following summer and then spent that. So I hope we don't sign anybody in January. Don't bring in anybody. With the current squad that we have, we can win La Liga and we can win Copa del Rey. There is not a single player that you could add to this club that will move the needle close enough to winning Champions League for it to be worth spending that money this year. Just wait. Don't spend anything in January. Save every dime until next summer when Erling Haaland becomes available. That's the move, because Mbappe is going to Real Madrid for free. He might bring Paul Pogba with him for free. So it's going to be up to the football community for some of these superstars to go, whoa. I grew up loving Barcelona and I can't let Real Madrid bolster their squad like this without doing something about it. So calling out the Erling Haalands of the world who may be a Barcelona fan, come balance this out for next summer. Give us that historic rivalry again. Reignite the Messi versus Ronaldo era the best that we can. That's what I'm looking for next year. That's what I'm hoping for next year. So spend as little money as you can. That's the idea this year. Run the season young and really see what you have in the youth. Yeah, dude. This is the season to just lower the expectations, double down on the youth, get rid of the excess expenditures, reset. We finally have people coming back into the stands. It's not fully open 100%, but that'll get some revenue going back in. Prior to COVID, Barcelona are still the number one in terms of revenue, annual revenue for all of these clubs. Man United, Real Madrid, PSG, that might change this season, but Barcelona has been number one for revenue. So I don't care about the debt. I don't care about where we are financially right now. We'll make our way back. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We don't have any fast midfielders. I'm with you on that one, Kima. I've been preaching the good word here on the channel that we need a midfielder. I was pretty surprised that we brought in Luke de Jong instead of a midfielder. I'm not sure. Again, maybe Barcelona did not want to spend any of that money from Emerson and Mariba, knowing that they're going to have to put that towards salaries. I'm not sure, but I would have loved to see our midfield get a little bit of a boost through there. Coutinho, Pedri, De Jong is incredibly fast. Those three are fast. The rest, not so much. Gavi might have a little bit of pace. We'll see. Wouldn't every club be in for Haaland next summer? Yeah. But if you're Haaland, what are you looking for in a club? If you're Erling Haaland, what are you looking for in a club? I want it to be a Champions League contender. I want it to be somewhere where I have a good team around me, maybe some young players that I can have a long career with. I want it to be a historic club. Barcelona can check all 3 of those by next summer. Not right now. We are not Champions League contenders. But by next summer, let's say we bring in Erling Haaland. Let's say we bring in one more midfielder. Because if Haaland comes in for free, yes, we'll have to add him into the wages. But it's going to leave room for us to spend some of the money that maybe we make, that we just made from these transfers, and maybe some of the money that we save by not having Griezmann. Maybe we take that money and we buy ourselves another world-class midfielder to go along to Young and Pedri. That's what we need. We need a world-class striker. We need a third midfielder to go along with De Jong and Pedri, ideally someone who's box-to-box or more on the defensive side. And then from there, folks, we're good. We're Champions League contenders. We are 2 players away from being Champions League contenders. Justin, I'm with you. You know it. We're not going to go a show without saying it. Weston McKennie, perfect fit for this midfield. Tony, good point. People need to trust the process. Mr. Hustle asks, who's going to be our next manager according to you after Koeman's contract expires? It could be Xavi. I think Xavi dipped his toes in the water last summer, looked behind the curtain a little bit, saw that a massive refresh was coming. He said, I don't want that club now. You guys go ahead, let Messi leave, let Griezmann leave. You guys deal with that disaster. I'll come in a year or 2 when things are looking a little bit more optimistic. Bring in Adama for box-to-box. Bro, Adama is a winger. He is not a midfield player. Really need Botman-type central defender. Vipula says, let's try to make a Bayern lineup right now and get out the thing which you used during watching. No. Why would we make a Bayern lineup? I know that we're going to be playing them in Champions League at some point, but I'm not concerned about making a Bayern Munich lineup. I love you, Vipula, but no. Also, I had to customize those cards, so it's not something that I can just whip up lickety-split. I got to make new cards now. I got to get rid of some of the old ones. I got to make a Luke de Jong one. And that actually brings us, my friends, to the Barcelona kit numbers. So let's go ahead and jump on over here and look at the brand new kit numbers for the 21-22 season. Here we go, my friends. Number 1, Ter Stegen. And number 2, Serginho Dest. Piqué still rocking the 3. Araujo with the 4. Sergio Busquets, number 5. Ricky Puig, officially going from the number 12 to the number 6 this season. Here's another change. Ousmane Dembele, wearing the number 7. Now that Griezmann's gone, less than 24 hours later, his kit number is given away to Ousmane Dembele, wearing the number 7 this year. Number 8 is going to be Pjanic. Let me close that. Number 8 is going to be Pjanic. This is a bit of a surprise that he was allowed to keep it, but just out of respect for a player, even though we tried our damnedest to move him on, to find anywhere but Barcelona for him to play. It didn't happen. Whatever. So he's here. He's keeping the number 8. I'm surprised it didn't go to someone like a Pedri, but we'll see. Maybe next year. Continuing on, Memphis, number 9, that's secured. We knew that one was coming. And then the surprise of all surprises, my friends. I woke up to messages from some of you here in the chat this morning. Ansu Fati wearing the number 10. Let me know what you think about this one. I'm surprised that it's going to him. I thought that maybe you'd give it to one of the older players just as like a little tribute, and it also takes the pressure off of one of the young players taking it on, like an Ansu Fati. But he said, you know what? Give me the ball and watch what I do with it. Number 10, the new number 10 at the Camp Nou. First time we've had a new number 10 in 20 years. That's wild. We went from Ronaldinho to Messi to 20 years later. Now it's Ansu Fati. Very exciting stuff. Let me move this up here so you can see that a little bit better. There we go. So let me know what you think about that, first and foremost. Do you think he's going to be able to handle the pressure? Do you think he's going to live up to the hype? I certainly hope so. I certainly do. Demir, another one, another new one for us. That's going to be number 11. So with Dembele going from 11 to 7, that leaves the number 11 open. Demir's taking it. I was not happy with his debut performance. What was it, 2 weeks ago now? I'm hoping that maybe with the confidence boost of getting the number 11 on his back, that'll give him a little bit more of that spark that we saw in the preseason that got him promoted from Barcelona B to that senior squad. Goat weight, Going with the number 12. He was number 9 last year, gave that up for Memphis. What a guy. What a guy. Number 12 in the programs, number 1 in your hearts. Goat weight. Neto rocking the number 13. Coutinho is keeping 14. There was some confusion there because Raymond I was wearing 14 for a little bit, but now it is official. Coutinho will be wearing the number 14. Langley keeps 15. Pedri keeps 16. Again, I think had Pjanic moved on somewhere else, I think Pedri would have gotten the number 8, and that may happen next year or whenever Pjanic moves on. Luke de Jong, the new signing, the 31-year-old coming over from Sevilla on loan, he's going to be wearing number 17. Jordi Alba keeps his traditional 18. Kun Agüero, who could have taken the number 10, just as a tribute to his Argentinian friend Lionel Messi, he's going to be rocking number 19. Sergio Roberto keeps 20. Frankie de Jong with his preferred 21. Oscar Mingueza going with the 22 this year. He was number 28, which I believe will now go to Nico when he comes up from Barcelona B on occasion. Umtiti, another one that we thought was going to move on, not happening. He's going to be wearing number 23. Eric Garcia, number 24. And Inaki Peña, our third goalkeeper, number 26. So that's it. That's everyone. The big changes, of course, Ansu Fati, number 10. Dembele going to 7. Goatweight giving up the number 9 for Memphis. Those are the big ones. What do you think, friends? Wild transfer day. So much news. I could barely keep up with it. There was so much action going on. Griezmann, Emerson, Mariba, Manai, Callado, Pjanic stays, Umtiti stays, Luke de Jong comes in, the kit numbers get released the next day. Wild stuff. This is why we love it, though. It's exciting. It is exciting. Demir will adopt to the lineup in the upcoming months. I hope so. He looked overwhelmed by the situation. Thushar, good morning to you. What do I think about Yves Bissouma? Not familiar. Let me know what you think of them. Never wanted Griezmann to leave. I was hoping for him, man. He had 3 matches to make his case to stay at Barcelona, to say, I will be the Griezmann of old. I will be creative. I will take some accountability, some responsibility for this offensive attack. But he wouldn't. Go back and watch some of the highlights. Look at the difference in assertiveness when Memphis gets the ball versus when Griezmann gets the ball. It's plain as day. Griezmann was not settling in. He had 3 years to do it. He had every opportunity with Lionel Messi leaving to step up and be the man, and he didn't. So for those reasons, I'm out. So let me know down in the chat if you're watching this on replay. What do you think about all these wild transfers? The biggest one, of course, is Griezmann, and then maybe even bigger news is Ansu Fati getting that number 10. So let me know down in the comments what you think about the wild end to a wild transfer window across Europe. Ronaldo back to United, Lukaku to Chelsea, all kinds of stuff. Mbappe almost went to Real Madrid. Whew, it was almost too much to keep up with, I'm telling you. All right. Ayush, it just didn't happen, friend. It just didn't happen. Didn't come into fruition. We did one for Barcelona. It was a big hit. But we're probably not going to do one for all the top European clubs. I know I talked about it, but life gets in the way sometimes. Plans don't always come into fruition. A wise man once said, life is what happens while you're busy making plans. I'll leave you with that one, folks. I hope you all have a wonderful day. We are going to do... No, I'm not. I'm probably not. USA plays on Thursday, but it's at 10 p.m., and I got to work the next day. So I'm not going to promise that I'll do a live stream. It's going to be a late one. I might just be on the couch with one eye open, trying to stay awake watching that match. We will do one Sunday, though. But first, we're going to have Wake Up and Barca on Friday. So Sunday is going to be USA versus Canada. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'll get that scheduled on the stream. But like I said, before that, Wake Up and Barca Friday right here on the channel. A couple days from now, it's going to be 7 a.m. Eastern. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, thank you for tuning in and taking a ride. We are here live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for everyone's favorite Barcelona morning show, Wake Up and Barca. So I hope to see you there Friday. My friends, have a wonderful day. Go out there and do great things. I love you all very much. Thanks for tuning in and taking a ride. We'll see y'all next time. Mwah.